Shalom. I'd like to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Love honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, of whom I learn is truth. Peace and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect. My name is Kanawak from Great Millstone, Toronto. Doing a quick lesson. To be like we have to be very vigilant because we're living in some dangerous times, and there's a lot of chaos happening right within the city of Toronto or Ontario. The whole of Canada, but especially Ontario. There's all kinds of things happening right now. A lot of prophecies and things happening, and you have to be aware, be vigilant. Don't be out there in the city of basically don't be caught up in the mirth of this other world. Try to leave that stuff behind, because the times that we're in is gonna get nasty, and a lot of people is gonna perish. And that's why the Lord said in Hosea 4, he said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. Right? And then he said, because thou hast rejected knowledge, thou it says thou they shall be, I'm gonna get that quick. Hosea 4, I believe it's 4, Hosea 4, because our people are wicked, man. And that's why the Most High is gonna judge our people, because they don't want to follow His ways. And it goes on. It's like in Proverbs 1. I think Proverbs 1, I think 21 all the way down, goes into that, man. Our people are simple, man, and that's why a lot of our people is gonna perish in these latter times. And don't get surprised if you hear somebody perish in your family, of an illness or a disease or a stroke or something fatal. Don't be don't get surprised. It's gonna get a lot more nastier, because in order for us to receive this kingdom, a lot of judgment has to come on the earth. And it says Ezekiel 9:4, it said that it said that the Lord's gonna bring, it says that the Lord is gonna it's gonna begin at His sanctuary. Right? So a lot more judgment is gonna come upon our people, man. Alright, because they want to go to party, and they want to do all kinds of wickedness. They want to go into all kinds of witchcraft and magic. On the left hand side, they're doing all kinds of things. So that's why the Lord has to come. Alright, because it's gonna get a lot more nastier. I'll show you this. There's a thing here. There's a beer festival yesterday. You know who was there? Who was there? It was Nas, right? Nas was there. A lot of different artists was there, and there's a lot of things happening, man. And those spirits bring vengeance. That's why Ezekiel, when you go in Sirach, 20, when you go to Sirach 39 verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which lay in their fury. It says there are spirits that are created for vengeance, which lay their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their forces and appease the wrath of Him that made him. All right. So all these things. So I think next week there's gonna be a caravana downtown and stuff. So that's gonna bring a lot more judgment. You're gonna probably hear of a lot of different shootings or stabbings down there, man. So you shouldn't be going out there in these times, man. Because you don't want to get caught in the Lord's crossfire, man. Because the Lord's gonna come and bring vengeance on our people, man. It says fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. And and this is just beginning, right? Because that's why it says that, I think, was it in Job? If I could get that too. Then I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna go back to First Samuel's, but I'm gonna go with Job. I think it's Job 5. It says, "My people shall eat, and thou shalt be hungry." Someone, if you're listening, you could type it up on the Google and it goes into that. I think it's Job 5. If I could find it, but I'm just trying to do a quick, short, impromptu. It says the Lord maketh. It says this is First Samuel 2:6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Right. So the Most High, everything is ordained by the Heavenly Father and His Son. So even if you know we perish, whatever, any of us perish, of a unfortunate circumstance, but if you're doing the will of the Lord, that the Lord's gonna cover you, and you're gonna be the first one who's gonna be lifted up, all right, and who's gonna come in their new bodies and in their ships, their own ships, or on the Father's ship, which was the Second Ezra 13, goes into that. For Second Ezra 13:1, going down, goes into that, like the Lord's coming. He said that his ship was like a mountain that was carved, like it's a big mountain when you watch Independence Day, man. So it said the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth down, he bringeth low and like and lift it up, right? And we're the poor, all right. Even though some of our people are is prospering in this world, like a Floyd Mayweather, like all these Jay-Z, like all these entertainers and stuff, but they, but they have to do all kinds of different things, to like basically basically like they have to do a lot of things to basically to like try get ahead, and they have to be Esau's his bitch, or basically, man, like that's why our men are wearing dresses and stuff, and they have all kind of stupid lyrics in their songs and all that. It says he raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill. And we're in the dunghill, right? And especially us, us being as the Hebrew Israelites, right? Like it says that in Ezekiel 37, says that the life was given back unto us, right? It says like in the valley of the dry bones, right? So that we're the ones who was lifted up out of the dry bones, man. All right, because they buried that truth to know who we were and stuff. Now we're learning every day, all right? And there's a lot of things that like we have a lot of videos that goes to our history. Like we have a beautiful history, man. All right, pain. All right, when you go into the book of Egypt, all right, like when you read about Egypt, right, about us being in Egypt for I think 430 years. All right, when you go into Acts, it goes into that too as well. All right, and what else is he think? Also, the different captivities. Like if you read the book of Judges as well, right? Numbers, Deuteronomy. When when you go into when you read about Daniel, all right, during the the Babylonian captivity. No, but like Daniel would be during the times. I'll have to go like Daniel 7. Sorry, Slakia. Just flowing in the spirit. All right, but basically, yeah, the Medes, so the Persians, yeah. All right, because remember that we were in like many different captivities, right? All right, and when you read about the Babylonian captivity, all right, and then the Persian and Medes captivity, the Syrian captivity, you know, the Greeks, the Persian captivity, like we're into many captivities, man. All right, because we, you know, because we disobeyed the heavenly fathers, right? So that's why the Lord, he's gonna bring a lot more judgment, and there's gonna be a lot more casualties. All right, and even some of us is gonna perish, right? Unfortunately, right? Because this is the Lord's show, right? So we just want to live day by day. I know with me, when I was going through an ordeal or whatever, I my slogan was always just one by, you know, like one day at a time, you know, and that's what we have to try live by, right? Like don't get caught up into the vanity, because this world, it will corrupt you. These women, especially, and stuff, and you know, because these women are the biggest Jezebels and damn liars, man. You know, like, so we have to be aware. It says, he raised up the poor out of the dust, and lifted up the beggar from the dust, to set from, it says, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set the world upon them. All right, for he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail. Yeah, so that's why it's gonna get a lot more judgment, right? Because the Lord only coming for his elect saints. All right, let the rest of the Israelites, you know, like when this, you know, like basically like when the like with Slakia, damn thing, basically like when the judgment comes on the earth, all right, when it's gonna come upon Babylon and stuff, you know, like the 2/3 of our people is gonna be cut off, and then like we're gonna go around like to wherever our people are scattered, and then if they don't wanna bow down and worship the Lord, whatever, there's gonna be more judgment, man. All right, because you know, because this is the Lord's show, and this is the Lord's praise program, and like this is, you know, like the blessing of Jacob. All right, and like this is like the Lord's blessing. When you read Psalms 2, it says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance." Right. It says, the adversaries of the Lord shall be broken in pieces. Out of the heavens shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give them strength unto his king, and exalt the horns of his anointed. So the Lord, he's the Lord's anointed. That's why we're gonna go to Psalms 2. We're doing some Hebrew hopscotching. Alright, Psalms 2 and 8. I started at 1. I just wanna, Psalms 2 and verse 5. It says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree the Lord hath said unto me. Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So this is the heavenly Father. All right, he's telling his son that he's gonna inherit the whole earth, and he's gonna bring his elect. All right, and the rest of Israel, right? Because there's gonna be levels in this. All right, because you know our people is living fat now, right? All these big entertainers and these like these professional athletes and these people that have these big jobs that's making millions of dollars or billions of dollars every year, you know, like the black elite, you know. So you know, and especially these people in the churches, man. You people in the churches have a lot of judgment to come, man, because you guys were deceiving, you know, like our people. You know, like you guys were, like you guys made the bag, or like you guys got the bag, right? You know, with the 501c3 charter and all that stuff. Huh? Thou shalt speak, says, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. All right, so we want to be wise, right? Because we're gonna be the, you know, because basically, you know, like we're in that time when the Lord is coming, right? And we're gonna be crowned, all right? So we're gonna have thorns, or it's like we're gonna have, you know, like thrones and the crowns on our head, and we're gonna be high priests. We're gonna be high priests. Like we're gonna be judging the earth, man. All right, you know, like how basically like we have to follow like the laws of this land, and follow the laws of the land of Canada or America or wherever the hell our people are. You know, basically like we're subject to their stupid laws and stuff, and they're making up these laws every day. It's never ending. All right, but I'm gonna just go into this quick. Yeah, like this is thing with Nas. You know, Nas is in town. Um, and Nas knows he's an Israelite, right? He was always saying that in a lot of his lyrics and stuff. And he has a song with Ziggy Marley, or no, I think it was like Damian Marley, about the road to Zion. Thou shalt keep. It says, like keep on walking on the road to Zion, with Ziggy Marley or Damian Marley, one of them, and all that. So he's in town, and he, like even that movie Belly, man, he like with Nas and DMX, like that was a beautiful movie, man. All right, if you guys haven't watched that movie, especially you younger brothers, watch that. Watch The Sons of Anarchy. The Sons of Anarchy is real, because we're in that time, and like there's gonna be a like civil war. There's gonna be a lot of things happening, and Rough Riders, like they're in town. The Hells Angels and the Bandito gangs, and there's a whole bunch of different gangs. And right now, like it seems like this is something's happening. It seems like it's like a purging, or I don't know what's happening. See the Bandinos and all these different gangs and shit. So I mean, excuse my French, they have all these different gangs and stuff. So this is not a time to really be out there. If you're not really out there, like don't be out there just not doing. You have to be very aware and stuff, because you don't know, right? This is ultimately it's gonna lead to the race war. All right, when you go into Micah, if I could find it, but it says unsanctioned Hell's Angels meet in Toronto, like dispersed under, like it says, under police watch. So so they have the drones and the helicopters to like try to surveil, but they can't surveil everybody. All right, and it seems like these biker gangs, they're up to something, and they're showing their strength. All right, so if you're not really you have to be aware of your surroundings and stuff. Yeah, you could do your own, like you could go on. I was gonna play the video, but I don't want to get flagged. But this is real, man. Watch that movie, or watch that TV series, The Sons of Anarchy, and I think The Irishman with Robert De Niro. And like a lot of these bikers, they're Israelites. These the Scots and the stuff. the Scots Irish, you know. I think the Bandidos is like I think that's like Italian or like Portuguese or something. So that's where a lot of our people are scattered, man. So you have to be aware. It says like because like that's why the scripture says to be it says to be peaceable with all men, because you don't know who that person is, right? Because he might have he might look white or whatever, but his line goes right back to a damn Sicilian, a black man or whatever, or their father is probably a Jamaican or or the what do you call that, or like Ephraimite, like a Puerto Rican or Argentinian, and like we're scattered throughout the earth, man. And if I could find it, what am I gonna find? Stuff, yeah. But this is the time that we have to be aware, because it's gonna get very crucial, and there's gonna be a lot of burials and stuff. So if you don't, it says, because like that's what the Lord, he said basically, he said pray not for these people, all right? And you're not even supposed to be I think in Matthew it says that, it says basically like the Lord said unto us, he said let the like he said basically like the dead shall bury the dead, all right? All right, because these people are already dead, right? So it doesn't make sense to go to these people's funerals or wakes, all right? And then I think a year or two ago there was a wake or something, and there was a big shootout over on the 401, right? In the west, right? In Toronto, man. There's a big shootout. I think there's been a couple shootouts at these graveyards sites. There's been shootouts and things happening. So we have to be aware, and ultimately, like we just want to just be in prayer, and always try to do the right thing, because the Lord, he's not playing, man. And this thing's gonna get worse, and there's gonna be a lot more because right now, like, there's a lot of breaking-ins, there are a lot of robberies, a lot of murders, a lot of raping and stuff. So there's a lot of things happening, man, in the news. All right. And with that, if I could, probably just get one more precept, Ezekiel, or not Ezekiel. I was gonna get Ephesians 6, because this is not just. This is Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? And that's why Esau, he's always doing these things with the Ouija boards, and they're actually summoning spirits, right? Whether it's at their house, whether it's at their what do you call it, at their Masonic temple, or whatever they're doing. They're doing these stuff. They do these stuffs in the groves, in the woods and stuff. Like, they do all kinds of stuff, and they call upon spirits, right? And but it's basically like they don't know that the Lord is it says that the deceiver and the deceived is his, basically, right? So like, this is the Lord's show, man. All right, and want to be aware, be aware, be on the lookout for any people with tattoos and all that stuff, because those their people are like vampires, man. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the ruler of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. Like, basically, you should, if you basically I was like watching that movie, The Devil's Advocate. Watching it, like, I never really watched it before, but I always watched like the Constantine with like Keanu Reeves, and that one was serious about the devil's advocate with like Keanu Reeves and also Al Pacino, man. That one's serious, man, because yeah, there's spirits out here, man. Watch Fallen too. There's spirits out here, so be aware. Just always be in prayer. Always call upon the name Yahweh, all right, which means He is, all right, and or He exists, or Allah Shada means Almighty or all powerful, right? And then like Yahweh Shai, which means like it means that He is deliverer. All right, you want to call upon those names, you know, like don't be calling upon Jesus or whatever, you know, because you guys know exactly, right? Especially our people out here in Toronto, across America, they're on the islands, across Holland, um, Scotland, or Scotland. I think there's even a brother up there. I think in Switzerland or whatsoever up there and stuff, right? And think Australia, you know, there's camps all over South America, Caribbean, in Jamaica. There's a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of Israelites on that island on Jamaica, you know, but they're always walking down in the market. They're not doing nothing, all right, except just scoffing and talking shit, all right, like, you know, like that's our people. I come from that. I don't even think I'm a Benjamin. I think I'm a Levite or a Judah. I don't think I'm a Benjamin or whatever. I think I'm a Judah. I come out of different. I come out of a Stewart stock, right? And I come out of different stock, right? On my mom's and my dad's side, I come out from a different. I come from the Costa Rica or the Costa. I come from the Costa clan, so. You know, it says for we wrestle not against flesh or blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day against, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. So it's not just having it, you know, like having like a Bible, a little Bible in your pocket. You know, that's gonna no. This is gonna. Basically, it's basically like we're supposed to be, you know, to be edifying and learning daily about the Lord, right? Because it says that the Lord. It says in John 1. It says that I'm gonna get that one too. All right, because this is the Lord. This is His thing, right? It says Psalms. In Psalms, He says that he says I come in a volume of the book. All right, and it says also in John. If I could get that one, then I'm gonna close. I didn't want to do it so long, but okay, John 1. Yeah, it says John 1 verse 1. In the beginning was the Word. All right, and there was, you see, the Word was with the whole it was all uppercase, not lower. It was all uppercase, right? In the beginning was the Word, right? And the Word is Yahweh Shai, right? The Word is Yahweh Shai. The beginning was the Word, and the Word was with the powers, and the Word was with the powers, right? So let's go into that. Just the Word, all right? So like, you know, so we always got the Word with us, man, right? Because the Word is Yahweh Shai, is the Word. See, Word, which would be Lagos or Lagos, all right? It says a speech, a word uttered by a living voice, embodied a concept or ideas, what something has said a word, a saying of God. It said to decree, a mandate, or order of the moral, the precepts given by God, Old Testament prophecies given by the prophets, right? So yeah, this is all about this is all about the prophets, right? And like this is the word, because the Lord, all right, He's the one who's I think Jeremiah 28. It says get that one too. But that the Lord, He's like this is His show, and we're just like actors basically, who's just declaring the Lord's will and just warning the people, warning our people. All right, and then also when you read about the Lagos, there's a lot of Lagos in Nigeria. All right, and a lot of them are the Ibos, the Igbos, the Yoruba, the Hausa, a lot of Israelites right there in the Nigeria and that region, the whole West Africa, and even also like we had a lot of power down there too in Portugal. I think there's a place in Portugal. I think it was called Lagos. All right, and but like we were, Esau robbed us, and he had a lot of things to pay for, man. Like this is not like you're not gonna go, like you're not gonna get away, man, because it says that the earth's given to the hand of the wicked, man. So you have like you're not gonna get away, man. And this is not us who's gonna judge you. This is the Lord judging you, and the Lord's using His prophets to warn, like the people and our people, to, basically, as to what's to come. All right. I think if I could find Jeremiah 28. Jeremiah 28. Like, yeah. So another Hebrew hopscotch. That's why the vocab. Jeremiah 28. Was it Jeremiah 28? Yeah, Jeremiah 28. Then I'm gonna close. Yeah, I really didn't want to do it so long, but just it has to go out there because it's gonna get a lot more brutal and cutthroat and stuff, man. So we don't want to be caught up in a lot, man. But Jeremiah 28 verse 7. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in the ears and the ears of all people. So yeah, so any captivity, any captivity that we were in, like the apostles was always there. Noah was a prophet, all right, and so on and so on, right? It says the prophets that have been before thee and before thee of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of war and evil and pestilence, right? So just like Sodom and Gomorrah with Lot, like with Lot, like he was crying, about the wickedness was what was done in Sodom and Gomorrah, like Abraham was a prophet, and so on and so on, right? We come out of the line on that. The prophets, and the prophets are back in their stead, warning the people to try to change and repent. And but the Lord only dealing with the elect of His people, the Israelites of the 12 tribes of Israel. So Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Naphtali, Reuben. So we have a big nation. It's hard to even keep up, man. Like when you go on the Google, you type the 12 tribes of Israel and stuff, and you see the Apostle Arya. He's the one who basically who broke it down, and by faith, right? And on that, whether he had a vision or he angel, like what, like we don't know how he really think, but you know, when you read like Genesis 49 and all that stuff, you know, like we're living in the latter times. All right, Judah, all right, Benjamin, you know, Issachar and all that. But like with that, let us say our praise is due to Yahweh Bashem Mashai, and double honor to the apostle of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect. Shalom. I hope that you were edified, and shalom.